From Phoenix Rising Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona, a Western Conference tilt tonight presented by Equality Health as Phoenix Rising FC take on Monterey Bay FC. Sean St. Jacques and the former MLS standout Jamie Watson on hand for this one. An all-Western Conference affair between two teams that nearly made the postseason a year ago, hoping to get over that hurdle this time around. And Jamie, we start by taking a look at the Western Conference standings.
Well, Sean, it is early in the season. However, a night like tonight can take Phoenix up above their counterparts Monterey Bay and leapfrog them clear into 5th place. Or if Monterey are able to come into Phoenix and get the win, they go 5 points clear of Phoenix. So yes, it is still April. However, this match is very important because it sets the tone for the rest of the year and how much pressure you place on your own shoulders.
No question about that. Big win last time out for Phoenix, their first win of the season, Jamie, at Birmingham as well. Very difficult place to go. They got all 3 points.
It was at the time. It was the Eastern Conference leaders, Birmingham Legion. Danny Trejo got us off with a wonderful goal in the 58th minute. A good response from Birmingham, but then Carlos Harvey, who was phenomenal in this matchup, did a really good job of making sure to come in and get a vital 3 points on the road.
We talked with Juan Guerra earlier this week. Danny Trejo is a big key tonight. Obviously, he scored last time out, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, and so the former LAFC man, he was really sought after by head coach Juan Guerra. There's 18 new players on this Phoenix Rising team, but Danny Trejo was intentional. Juan Guerra wanted this man. He went out, he got him. He's already starting to pay dividends early on in the season. He is a threat all throughout the match. 2 goals on the season already.
On the other side of the coin, Monterey Bay coming off a big win against New Mexico United last time out. And when they win, they tend to score a lot of goals.
Oh, it is fun to watch this team play. Both of the times that New Mexico United and Monterey Bay FC have played, it's led to 6 goals. This one, a 4-2 thriller. A wonderful match, and it was a really resilient performance, I thought, from Monterey Bay. The fact that they were able to continue to battle. They got goals at really timely manners. This one, Valesky flicks it on to Glito, who's playing a little bit higher up the field, and when he does, he's starting to really stretch the line. And then Christian Valesky times it to perfection, composes himself, surveys the scene, calm finish from the man, and that's why he's the player to watch tonight. Quite simply put, he was the player of the week for USL Championship, but he is a coach's dream as the number 9. He's strong, he can hold the ball up, but we just saw a moment ago his timing and his movement. His soccer IQ is so high, and he normally makes the right shot selection when needed, whether he needs to pass it in, whether he needs to strike it with some venom, or he needs to leap and win in the air. He is a complete striker, and he is the main threat for this Monterey Bay side.
Monterey Bay have never beaten Phoenix in their history. They are trying to do that for the first time tonight as Phoenix tries to rebuild the fortress that they once had years ago in the Western Conference. It's Phoenix Rising, it's Monterey Bay, and the kickoff is next.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years, Thank you.
Rising is home. Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Loudoun United at the team's new home. Right here in Central Phoenix off 38th Street in Washington. Saturday, April 29th at 7:30. Tickets to the match start at $25, and the two-time Western Conference champions are just 5 stops on the Valley Metro to Phoenix and Tempe. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for more information.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health. Carvana will drive you happy. And by NAU Nationwide. Let's run into the starting lineups here for both teams. Juan Guerra's 11 against a lot of different players than it usually is, but that attack with Arteaga and Trejo up front always does a lot of damage.
It really does. With 3 in the back, their job is to stay strong. You've got Torres and Uzo on either side to provide the width, both offensively and defensively. And then on the other side for Monterey Bay, their formation slightly different. There'll be 3 in the middle. Gledo will be much higher. Dixon on the other side. So it could be 3 in attack. Those 3 in the middle will have a similar responsibility as the 3 defenders for Phoenix, but in the middle of the park, that's where this game will be won or lost.
This kick is brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. Phoenix are in the reds with the white and black trim as we've come accustomed to seeing them. Monterey Bay are in the sleek whites from head to toe with the beautiful blue and silver trim. Monterey Bay have never beaten Phoenix, home or away. They will try to do that tonight as Phoenix tries to reestablish the home dominance that we have come accustomed to seeing from them in years past. And we are off and running in this Western Conference tilt in Phoenix, Arizona tonight. And Phoenix want to get off to a very, very quick start down this far side. Gabby Torres, the local product, trying to get it into the middle for Manuel Arteaga, formerly of Indy 11. His cross into the middle is cleared, and Monterey Bay survive a first rising attack.
I see what you did there. Really good from Gabby Torres. And that initial run, that stretching out the legs and really putting the Monterey Bay defense on the back foot, that may make them think early on, okay, this is a quick player that wants to stretch us, so I'm going to drop back 2 or 3 steps, and that provides a little bit more space in front of the back line of Monterey Bay.
Tonight's match is presented by Gateway Community College. Sean St. Jacques, Jamie Watson, happy to have you with us. It's been a really fun night of USL Championship action across both conferences. It's never too early for season drama in the USL Championship, and we're hoping for another good one here tonight, here in Phoenix. Rising coming off that huge win, can't underestimate it, against Birmingham Legion. They won by 2-1 last time out. Juan Guerra said it was a jolt for his group. That performances were going in the right direction, but to be able to get that win accelerates the process for them quite a bit. And we also had a great conversation with Frank Yellup. He talked about, as you look at Juan Guerra, talked about how great they are in attack, trying to shore up some things on the back end for the visitors tonight. One
thing I was really impressed walking away from that conversation with Juan Guerra was his command when he spoke about the team and the importance of that win. As Fuenmayer overhits this, he said that win gives them clarity and what they're trying to achieve. And with so many new players, we alluded to this earlier, 18 new players, 10 of them at times effectively have been in the starting rotation. To have a win like that, that's a statement piece. That's a building block, a foundation for this group going forward.
I had the chance to talk with Juan Guerra when he took over at Phoenix last season. He said it was going to be a long process to get the identity right again with this Phoenix Rising team. They made a ton of personnel changes during the offseason. He says they're about 60% of the way to where they want to be and getting Phoenix back to being that perennial Western Conference contender and really winner in recent past that we've come so used to seeing. Last year was a blip, but they don't want that to continue into this 2023 campaign. The Rising standards are always so high, and Juan Guerra, who was part of the regime before he went to Oakland, building that product, now gets a chance to revitalize it. Zambrano controlling it at the back for Rising. Monterey Bay coming off a 4-2 win against New Mexico United. They had the 5 goals on match day 1 against Hartford Athletic, Alex Dixon's former employer. What a season he's had, leading goal scorer for the visitors and in the league with 5 coming into this weekend. Bit of a coming together there. Gleedle sends it forward for Monterey Bay, and Rocco Rios Novo controls for Phoenix.
What we're seeing in the first 4 minutes is highly likely and indicative of what we're going to see over the course of 90 minutes. Phoenix wanting the ball, wanting to be able to dictate the pace of play. Monterey Bay okay with the other team having it because they can be so lethal when the ball turns over, getting numbers around it to win it, but then breaking out, and they have the speed and the ability to stretch the opposition. They're okay defending, forcing teams high and wide, getting impatient in trying something, conceding possession, and then going from there.
Fuenmayor for Daniel Crutzen. Crutzen gets it back again. Fuenmayor, who can certainly play those long balls, tried one earlier, and has Rios Novo for protection behind him. Frank Yallop brings a front 3 that's in really good form into Phoenix. Valesky's playing really well, Gleedle as well. It's Phoenix here on the attack. A good block in behind. That was a real chance for Danny Trejo in behind. A last sweeping jab at it. Was able to sweep that away before Phoenix could really make something of it. And it gives us a chance to look at tonight's availability report. It's brought to you by Spooner. A couple of big losses for Monterey Bay. No Simon Dawkins, no James Murphy in that midfield where they can be so creative. And then Phoenix losing a couple of players for tonight as well. But with this new group, seeing more of the regulars get more playing time together, that continuity will hopefully build for Juan Guerra's group and be the basis they need to move forward and potentially get back into the postseason where they missed out last year in a wild Western Conference race. Henry Uzo was trying to make a run in behind there for Phoenix. It's cleared out, and it's a rising corner. Great crowd here tonight in Phoenix as well. It's one of the best home venues consistently in the USL Championship, and they have a Carvana Corner to look forward to.
It's a proper atmosphere here. As an away player, you hate playing in this atmosphere, but you also kind of love it because this is what you strive for. They make it difficult, yet it's every player's dream to play in front of a raucous crowd. And as an away player, you try to silence that crowd and you try not to let them get on and be the 12th player for the Phoenix Rising home side.
Crutzen on the second try was well placed, just nobody there in red. Gabby Torres wins a corner on the opposite side as Ekaterina Koroleva, our center official tonight, gives Phoenix a set piece. Gabby Torres, formerly of Hartford Athletic at one point. He's bounced around a little bit, but back home in Phoenix to play for Rising. Got acquired late last season. He's got a wand of a left boot. Corner is taken short for Juan Guerra's boys. Ball is served back into the penalty area. It's a central header. It was a delayed, really nice piece of work off the training ground almost. And in the end, Crutzen's header was blocked out, and Phoenix can recycle.
Essentially what they're trying to do is they were trying to draw everybody out and then get Crutzen lost in there. He's the player that you try to float it to so he can head it back across everything. But the final ball was as it was drawn up and intended to do. Just another look, a different variation, because now when you go back for another Carvana corner, you're wondering, are they trying to draw us out? Do we stay? Doing too many different thoughts in your mind at the same time can be confusing on those set pieces.
Arteaga gives chase. It's well shepherded by Hugh Roberts with the help of goalkeeper Carlos Herrera. Hugh Roberts led a really good back line last season for Monterey Bay that had that late spurt. I think people forget about that sometimes during this past offseason. Monterey Bay were soaring at the end of last season. had some huge wins, especially ones at home. The 5-0 against Indy 11 comes to mind, where they were unplayable at times because it was so congested in the West at the end of the season. I mean, literally from top to bottom, everyone was fighting for a playoff spot. The numbers just didn't go their way at the end, and they missed out. As Arteaga tries to thread it through, nobody there close enough to get it, except for Carlos Herrera. That's what Frank Yallop's hoping to carry into this season, and in the attack is where they've been carrying it over. Just trying to shore a few things up at the back at times this season. Uzo will get the chance to get this right back in for Phoenix. Played back by Kevin Lambert, one of the few returnees for Phoenix, wearing the captain's armband, number 27 in red on the bottom half of your screen. It's been through it all with Phoenix in recent years, the good and the bad. And a player that Juan Guerra was thrilled was able to come back and be a leader on this team with so many new pieces. Basically a new team and a new bench has come in here for Phoenix to try and right the ship.
Oh, what a ball.
It's pinpoint. Henry Uzo gets to the byline, picks his head up, good cross into the middle, the header is down and it's off the post. Gabby Torres strikes the woodwork. It's deflected back out for a Phoenix corner. Two great balls leading to a big chance.
My goodness, what a ball. Right into Uzo, who can go at Grant Robinson 1v1, wins his battle, gets the inline, cuts it to the far post. And Gabby Torres just trying to snap the header down, does ever so well, and he's inches away from a perfect header. Real warning sign in the first 10 minutes of the capabilities 1v1 on this near side.
From the corner, and a push in the back there, Fuenmayor trying to get some space. It is a foul and a free kick for the visitors. And it does look like that Alex Dixon got the worst of that. He's a bit slow to get up.
Must be said, that was a great little touch from our referee.
Not bad, right? A natural.
Ekaterina Koroleva just actually saved the ball from hitting Alex Dixon in the head when he was laying down there. A little touch with the outside of the right foot around.
Love to see it. There's Frank Yallop. Had a great conversation with him earlier this week. I mean, coming back to Phoenix, where he started it all those years ago. He started up at Fresno as well. Now at Monterey Bay. He says, if you need to start a team, I'm available, but I want to finish this out with Monterey Bay first. He loves what he does, and he's very good at it.
He is one of the great stewards of this game in this country, and at 59 years old, he's had an incredible impact over nearly 3 decades on so many countless players and coaches around our country in this game. He's done a wonderful job. Said it's always emotional coming back to a place that you invested so much into and poured so much into, and they had so much success and really started what is the foundation of all of this for Phoenix Rising. Frank Yallop had a big part of that, and so I'm sure today as he walked in, he's probably greeted by everybody, knowing him, the concession stands workers, the people at the grounds, people in the club, former players. He is a beloved member of this Phoenix Rising family, and now looking to come back and spoil the party tonight.
Robinson trying to just touch it into a dangerous area. Roberts there to clean it up initially, but now Phoenix can potentially counter. It's poked forward here on this near side. Trejo keeps it in play. Monterey Bay want the offside flag as it was threaded in through for Erickson Gallardo. It's not going to come. A corner will instead. Another Carvana corner kick opportunity. It's been a good start for Phoenix in the final third. They've already struck the post off a Gabby Torres header, and they'll get another chance at it. Crutzen lines it up. It's played centrally, just over a couple of red shirts who were lunging for it. Chance for Monterey Bay to relieve a little bit of pressure here. And Yoseki does just that on the far side. Gabby Torres concedes the free kick.
It's a great ball from Kai Green. Everything's going quick. It looked like they want to slow the pace down. Green switches it quickly, and Monterey looking to try to get some passes together here, getting the rest with the ball, let the ball do the work, because they've been the ones that have been going side to side. And while it's only 13 minutes in, it just starts to build up a little bit of fatigue in the leg when you've got to go defensively east to west so often. You can enjoy some of the ball at this moment in time.
Nice little interplay there. Rebelar playing it out wide. Sam Gleedle, lovely push and chase. But he shepherded away. Crutzen, did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Play continues for Torres. Under heavy pressure again from Rebelar, and Monterey Bay win it back. Essentially Moby Fair helping out. And then Roberts has to retreat. Kai Green was someone that Frank Yallop pointed out to us as a player who's impressed him so far this season. The Seton Hall grad, South Orange, New Jersey native. Had a chance to cover him when he played in the Big East, and one of the best guys you'll meet. Really good player as well.
All right, John, what was the scouting report on a collegiate player at the time?
Tough.
Yeah?
Tough. That was probably the best description of Kai Green in college. And leadership too, and that's what's really shined here in Monterey Bay for him in his career. That's why Frank Yallop just can't take him out of the lineup. It's just too important. It was also great to talk with Frank Yallop around the culture with the team as well. He says he walks in every day for training. There's music going, everyone's saying hi to each other. It's a professional environment, but it's also an environment that you would constitute as your family, right? You would know all about that. That was great to hear, and expected too, because of the way Frank runs things with his teams.
Yeah, he always makes sure first and foremost that the group as a whole is looked after as one big family, one big unit, right? And making sure that everybody fits their sort of piece to the puzzle. And then from there, you go out to the soccer field. And Juan Guerra, who's at the beginning stages of his career at 36 years old, I'm sure there'll be a lot of similarities as he develops as a young manager in this game. You'll take some things from other coaches that you learn and that you read about and you hear, and you go back and you watch these games and you listen to, you know, some of the things that are learned from some of the other coaches via these coaches' calls, right? You'll start to figure out, okay, this is something I like. I want to implement this. But one thing Frank Yallop is all well known for is he cares how he leaves relationships with players and with his staff and with people in and around the front office, and one of the great human beings in our sport in this country.
Phoenix Children's is expanding across the valley so we can all grow healthier together. Learn more at phoenixchildrens.org. Phoenix have had the best chance so far. Gabby Torres striking the left post with a header.
That's so good from Harvey to get out of that pressure.
Had a big goal against Birmingham last time out. And it wasn't just the goal. He had a great overall performance. Just the 6th player since 2017 to have a goal, 5 tackles won, and 14 duels won in a regular season game in the USL Championship. It's a pretty specific stat, but it's a short list as well, and just shows you the versatility that Carlos Harvey brings to the table, and kind of hints at how good he is one-on-one as well.
I'm going to be honest, the way you said that was just so convincing. I don't even know if it's true or not, but it sounds good.
It was a little complicated. I'll give you that. Pretty specific as well.
As diligent with their preparation in the match, it does not surprise me, Sean, that you would find that stat. No stone unturned.
Phoenix on the attack here. Uzo controls it. This is Lambert. It's forced back for Phoenix to reset. And Mayor out wide. There's Harvey getting a touch onto it, 67 in red. Played out wide. Gallardo has been involved a little bit at the start of this game. Harvey again. Monterey Bay forced Phoenix back to their end of the pitch for a brief moment. When Mayor picks his head up, Uzo's trying to get on the end of it, and he does keep it in. It's brilliant skill. Trejo is in support. Uzo again. This time he's forced back, but Lambert is there to help, and Phoenix can recycle. Gabby Torres down the line. Gallardo trying to cross it into the middle, and it's out for a goal kick.
That is a really good passage of play if you're Phoenix Rising FC, because you string together the passes. Not only have you asked the anaerobic work question of your opponent, but also then you stretch them long with the long ball. Uzo does really well. Good thing he wore the 10.5s today to be able to bring that down. And then he keeps possession, but then they realize it's crowded because there's a good recovery from Frank Yallop's men. So then they go back out and they try to go the other way. Unfortunately, in the end for Phoenix, it goes careening off of Erickson Gallardo for a goal kick, but that's a good sign of just controlling the pace of the game and dictating it at which speed you want it to be played. And a good turnover forced here.
Arteaga into the middle for Trejo. Danny Trejo trying to find a teammate, just too congested at the end. Monterey Bay get enough men behind the ball to deal with it.
Hugh Roberts does so well to shape his body to force Trejo inside where the help is. Instead of forcing him out wide where he goes 1v1 and is just trying to get enough space to get a shot, back across goal. Hugh Roberts understands via a shout from his teammates and good positioning with his center back partner Kai Green, force him inside where there's help, and then the chance gets thwarted right there. That's really good defending.
Textbook, right? I mean, that's exactly what coaches will tell you to do in that position as a defender. Here's Robinson for Monterey Bay. Valesky gets dispossessed in the midfield, and Phoenix can continue this great momentum that they've been building for nearly 20 minutes. Ball is fluttered out wide for Torres, and then Arteaga continued his run.
Oh, he got looked off, didn't he? You got to take a chance there. Reward Arteaga for making the run. It may be a 60-40 ball, right, where you may be on the lesser end of that equation, and it may be a riskier ball, but what that does is it rewards Arteaga for that run.
Fuenmayor for Uzo. He's been very dangerous down this near side. He pokes the ball into the middle. Monterey Bay can control through Rebelar. And then Herrera.
Good spacing. It's a good job of Fair getting in that pocket of space.
Can we see Monterey Bay create something from this? Couple of runners trying to make their way, trying to stay on side, frankly, as well. Here's Dixon, 5 goals this season. Trying to flare it into the penalty area. It was dealt with. Trejo, again, lovely skill in traffic, and can reset things again for Rising. This portion of the match is brought to you by Modelo. A reward for those with a fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Could be a slogan for the Western Conference as a whole. Bunch of fighters in this part of the league. It's going to be another fantastic race for the postseason throughout the campaign. And these two hope that they're going to be a big part of that as the season hits its big points. But like you said earlier, Jamie, just because it's early in the season doesn't mean it's not a 6-pointer, doesn't mean it doesn't matter as far as momentum. If these two teams know anything about that, it can really dictate your season, get going at the right time or fall off at critical moments of a campaign. Dixon corrals after a tough first touch. Way back, controlled by Kai Green for a brief moment, and then it's sent further upfield by Herrera. Now Valesky, fortunate bounce for him, he runs onto it, but he's offside. And that negates any further progress. Saw Juan Guerra looking on there. This team's been off to a good start tonight. Trying to turn this into a winning streak.
Oh, another fantastic ball.
Another great control by Henry Uzo. Love to use him as an outlet so far. Lambert is there in support. Monterey Bay trying to beat Phoenix for the first time in their third attempt. A loss and a crazy 3-3 draw between these two. Here's Uzo. A couple of step overs, maybe one too many. And he loses out. Now Dixon. Lovely threaded ball for Gleedle, who gets a touch onto it, but it's too heavy. And Crutzen is there to cut it out.
One of the best things about the combination of Harvey and Zambrano, Harvey's dropped between the two center backs. So now the two center backs split, and the left back and the right back, they get higher up the field. And, you know, you've got three in the back here, but really as that happens, the three becomes Harvey or Zambrano, and then the two that were flanked there, they push up higher, and so it gives an extra number in the midfield. And ultimately, they conceded with a silly turnover there, but that's so difficult to defend tactically because you're drawing a defensive midfield into the center back role, and then you can see which side overloads and start to build through that way. Juan Guerra will be really pleased tactically with right now with how the first 25 minutes have gone for his side.
A couple of heavy touches there, but Monterey Bay get themselves out of trouble. This is Grant Robinson trying to find Alex Dixon. Dixon keeps it in play, going up against Lambert. Cutting one into the middle of the penalty area. Could be a chance here for Fair. Fair for Rebelar, and it squeaks its way through, and Rios Novo can control. Monterey Bay still trying to create their first clear-cut chance. Not too many half chances, frankly, to speak of so far. Trejo. And Crutzen. Pressured by Gleedle, forced back. Monterey Bay leads the USL Championship in goals scored coming into the weekend. They have 11 as a group, although they have conceded 9 to start the season. Uzo couldn't get on the end of that. And the Union take over possession. Now Valesky battling with Fuenmayor. Fuenmayor wins the battle.
How confident Rios Novo is with the ball at his feet. Right foot that time, a minute ago. Split two Monterey Bay attackers to find Lambert on the near side with his left foot. There's a good shot stopper. Just get a foul called. Arteaga. But when you have a goalkeeper that's so good with his feet, now you can just basically have another field player come involved, and that gives the imbalance tactically for your opponent whenever you're starting to shift players higher up the field because you don't account normally for the goalkeeper being that extra number.
Herrera gets it away cleanly.
You put it this way, Rios Novos fits what this club wants to do, and I don't think, if you ask Juan Guerra, I'll take a better shot-stopping goalkeeper, but a goalkeeper that's worse off with his feet, or Rios Novos, he wouldn't pass on a better shot-stopping goalkeeper. And this is no slight on Rios Novos as a shot stopper. That's just a compliment to how good his feet are and what it does for this team. I mean, they're able to tactically not spread out. That's the right back receiving the ball nearly at midfield because the goalkeeper is able to do that confidently.
They timed it up pretty well for you there, Jamie.
Yeah, sometimes they make you look like an idiot when they just kick it out of bounds. That was not one of them. Thank you, Rios Novos.
It was right on target. This is headed for Danny Trejo to run onto. Couldn't quite get ahead to it to control it and further it across. Here's Dixon. Barrios Novo collects for another brief passage of play for Monterey Bay. Harvey on the turn.
That's so good positioning-wise from Harvey to get in between the front three and the midfield three.
Lovely ball for Gabby Torres to run onto for Phoenix. Maury Donor, Johnny on the spot to make sure nothing comes of it. Frank Yallop told us he loves his wingbacks. Great challenge there. Now the ball central is cut out by Fuenmayor on the other end.
You know, as good as Phoenix have been in possession, and they have dictated the pace of play in the first 30 minutes, tactically, Monterey Bay have been up to the task to be able to defend it. They've done a really good job. There's been some scares, certainly, that they've had to weather. Torres hitting the post mainly, but they've been really good forcing Phoenix wide into areas.
Uzo again. He starts out with some space to work with. Flares it towards the back post. Header is down and just wide. Arteaga with a really good header onto it. Just couldn't hit the target.
This ball is hit flat from Uzo. So now Arteaga has to get above it and he has to generate some power. So he gets there and he snaps it down. He uses the pristine grass here to try to get that extra zip off of it. And if that's on target, that is going to ask some real questions of the goalkeeper, Herrera.
Pre-game with Raising Cane's, proud supporter of Phoenix Rising. Skip the line and order on our easy mobile app for your order of premium hand-breaded fresh chicken fingers, special sauce, and don't forget to add our fresh hand-squeezed lemonade. Let's go Rising.
We're just gonna not talk about the Texas toast and how elite it is at Raising Cane's. I mean, it's incredible.
I think they might have buried the lead there with all due respect to Raising Cane's.
Hey, look, or Spin Zone. There's just so many good things. You leave off elite Texas toast because there's other great things. I'm just saying.
Talk about a deep lineup. Tough to compete with that. Arteaga the target over the top. Great work from Alex Dixon in a tight space. Lambert wins it back for Phoenix. Trejo trying to get it back from Arteaga. His touch just a little too heavy. That was the right idea. And it's back with the visitors.
Ooh, watch your legs.
Now Gleedle's turn for some dazzling footwork. It's really been an interesting first half tactically. I think Phoenix would argue they've had the better of it. We've seen Frank Yallop's group stand up to all opportunities that have come against them in this game so far. This is Moby Fair.
He's going back to the side where it's crowded. It's got to come out of there. It's got to come out. There's too many numbers on that side defensively.
Keep trying down that far side. Made a little bit of progress, but they have to retreat ever so slightly. This is Roberts. Fair. Again, Phoenix just absorbing, slightly pushing Monterey Bay back. Dixon comes back to try and help out. Yoseki was able to control that for Fair. Sean St. Jacques, Jamie Watson on hand for you. As Roberts pokes that back, it's just enough on it. So Danny Trejo was second best to it behind Carlos Herrera. That was a nervy moment, ever so slightly there for Monterey Bay. And there's more to deal with here with Harvey pursuing Roberts, and he wins a throw.
Yeah, Herrera's put Roberts in a tough position there. You got Carlos Harvey right on his back, play him into trouble. Nothing wrong with putting your foot through it, finding your center forward Valesky and trying to play off of him.
Valesky handles it. Free kick for Phoenix. Not sure that's what he was intending to do. And he knows it. Another set piece for Monterey Bay to defend. Crutzen stands over it for Phoenix Rising. It's whipped in with quite a bit of pace on it, and the header was in the right direction. Just too much in the end, and it's out and over the top for a goal kick.
In swinging with the left foot, Gabby Torres is going to get up. He's just trying to redirect this and guide it on. So far out that it's going to take something special. Herrera's in too good of a position. It was never really a threat in the end.
Looking to bring a large group out to a Rising match? Contact sales at phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 to learn more how to save $10 at the lowest available single game ticket price. Yellow card here, as in the end the challenge came in from Yoseki for Monterey Bay. He is booked. And it's another Phoenix set-piece opportunity.
Our referee did a good job of letting the first one go as the counterattack was still on. Could have been a foul there. Gabby Torres wins in. Yoseki then reaches in, and that's where the decision was made to brandish the yellow for stopping a promising attack. Yoseki will go in the book in the 35th minute.
Crutzen will take it again with Renzo Zambrano to his right as an ulterior option. Can Phoenix find the breakthrough? They've been knocking on Monterey Bay's door. Here's Zambrano. Zambrano smashes it towards the penalty area. It's blocked. Monterey Bay have counterattack on the brain, but it's quickly snuffed out. Roberts overran it and had to settle for the consolation of a throw. Rios Novo assessing his options as Monterey Bay squeezes forward. Lambert. Arteaga. It's dispossessed by Fair. Good battle between these two continues. Fair is swarmed by red shirts. And Phoenix regains possession. In partnership with Northern Arizona University, Phoenix Rising FC is visiting 20 schools in the Valley this season to read to students and promote the importance of education. NAU and Phoenix Rising are providing each student with a backpack and a free ticket to an upcoming match. For more information on the Reading with Rising program and how to enter your school for a Phoenix Rising and NAU visit, go to phxrisingfc.com. Harvey trying to send it forward down that far side. Fair has it now for Monterey Bay. Chance to run forward with it for Rebelar. It's played nicely in behind. Cross into the middle from Donor, and Lambert rises highest to get his head to it for Gabby Torres. Now Phoenix look to go the other way. Trejo for Uzo. Arteaga's in the middle. Henry Uzo. Lofting it towards the opposite end of the penalty area, and the volley is sent over the top by Gallardo. Nearly a sensational goal for Phoenix Rising, and they threaten again.
Great job of switching the field. Finds its way out to Uzo, who just hangs it up. Gallardo calls off Trejo. And he calls his own number, just can't guide that on target to the back post. Trejo did a really good job along with Torres in that buildup. And then it was Gallardo, the trailing run, unaccounted for. Arrives late in the box, but he's chasing it. And because he's stretching for it, he's not able to get the accuracy on it that he would have desired.
More good play in the attacking third from Phoenix, still looking for that breakthrough moment. Score your new career at Gateway Community College. With Gateway, you can achieve your dream career in less time and for less money. Get started at gateway-c.edu. More encouraging stuff for Juan Guerra. Phoenix are coming ever so closer, seemingly with each attacking move, to breaching the Monterey Bay goal. Fair wins it back. Gleedle into the attack, stays with it. Gleedle back from Valesky. Sam Gleedle has his shot blocked by Lambert on the edge of the penalty area. And Phoenix regained possession. That was better from the visitors.
And as good as Phoenix have been the entirety of this first half, they have failed to score the game's first goal. And so with that in mind, every time Monterey breaks out, as much as they've been up against the ropes, they're still in this match, and it takes one breakout in that moment. Gleedle had an opportunity to continue to maybe take one more pass to this near side. He doesn't take it, as Uzo's whistled for an offside. Calls his own number from the top of the box that ends up getting blocked, but it just goes to show you just how quickly this game can change with one breakout, one bounce, one quick reaction, or one moment of brilliance. Monterey Bay, as much as they've been on the back foot, possession-wise, they're just as much in this game as Phoenix are until Phoenix get the breakthrough.
There's too many talented players on the pitch, right, to rule something like that out. The margins can be so fine in those situations. Trejo. Trejo again. Still Danny Trejo. He's just about able to get through, but loses the ball on the way. Now Valesky for Gleedle. Ball is played out wide here. A chance for Monterey Bay to maybe make something happen from this. It's Maury Donor with a really good run. He awaits support. Moby Fair is there. It falls for Dixon, but he couldn't find a teammate.
I was just trying to wrap it around the corner to Gleedle. And what Monterey Bay are frustrated about at this moment in time is they're saying Donor got up, kept possession, but if he would have stayed down, a foul certainly would have been called against Crutzen. So he was a bit punished for trying to play through it. Although I do think enough passes had happened that the advantage was retained. So I do think it was the right decision in the end from our referee. But that's where those complaints stemmed from.
Of course, this is not the only game going on right now. Orange County leading Indy 11 by a goal to nil. Hartford Athletic in Oakland leading by 2-0. And Sac Republic, what a season they've been having so far. The Open Cup finalists from a season ago, they lead over Colorado Springs by 1-0 early on in that match. Still awaiting our first goal here. Here's Lambert. Phoenix have been the more likely. Uzo is alongside. Uzo tried to get on the end of it. Robinson swings a boot at it. Uzo continues to pursue it off of Roberts, but it's a goal kick. Another good chance for Phoenix goes by the wayside here. Monterey Bay control. Sean St. Jacques, Jamie Watson here with you. No score in Phoenix. This Western Conference clash as Monterey Bay is trying to make some history tonight. Beat Phoenix for the first time in the club's history. Phoenix are making life very, very difficult for them. Uzo's had a really active first half. As the point of attack is switched over to Gabby Torres. Harvey through the middle. Torres again. Arteaga through the middle, formerly of Indy 11. Then it is flared well wide by Erickson Gallardo. We were just told a few moments ago that there's going to be no stoppage time at the end of this first half, so interesting to see what Juan Guerra and Frank Yallop are thinking about going into the halftime break. And it's been relatively even, but I think Phoenix has just edged it, certainly as far as quality of chances and attacking moves go. But Monterey Bay has been their equal. That's all that matters when you're on the road. Stay in the game. They might get a late chance here at the end of this first half. Valesky playing it in behind. It's crossed into the middle for a chance, and Valesky takes aim and blasts it over the top after Rebelar got a touch to it, and that is the last act of the first half. That was Monterey Bay's best move of the half. Phoenix had the better of the first 45 minutes, but it is a stalemate at the break.
Good first 45 minutes. If you're a purist of the game, you'll love what Juan Guerra and his side have done tactically, and then you'll appreciate Frank Yallop and his side having a good game plan to be able to withstand the constant possession that Phoenix Rising possess in this match. And then they've looked dangerous on the breakout, none more so than right before the half.
Valesky with a chance there. Gabby Torres hit the post earlier in the first half. That was one of Phoenix's best chances, but nothing to separate the sides yet at the break, as Phoenix Rising and Monterey Bay battle for early position in the Western Conference of the USL Championship. Halftime is next. It's 0-0 between Phoenix and Monterey Bay.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? At Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
1 teaspoon of potassium iodide.
Checkaroo.
And then science. Oh, I think that's Carvana. Right, let's go.
Go.
Just in the amount.
Just in the amount.
Oh, let's do more. Do more, yeah. I can do more.
All in.
Yes, please. Super easy. I know. I just bought a car from Carvana.
A lot can happen in a moment.
They're delivering it here.
Like finding your perfect mix of down and monthly payments.
ABS brakes.
Finance your next car with Carvana today.
Hey, Rising fans, spring is in the air and Circle K has what you thirst for. Stay cool with our famous Polar Pop Cups that stay cold longer. Fill your cup with your favorite flavor or mix it up to create your own. Or try our freshly ground iced coffee starting at just $1.89. While you're here, mix and match any 2 roller grill items, just 2 for $4. Check out these hot deals and cool down at Circle K, America's thirst stop and proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Back here at the half between Phoenix Rising and Monterey Bay FC. No score yet. Phoenix has had plenty of opportunities to breach Monterey Bay's goal, but Monterey Bay has been right there for the fight. They want to make some history tonight here in Phoenix, and a big 45 minutes is still to come. We'll take a break, and then we will go around the league, look at some upcoming schedules, and a whole lot more here in Phoenix as it's 0-0 at the break.
Thing I miss most from home is definitely my two dogs, because I'm a big dog guy.
I would say for me it's fall season.
I'm from Tampa, Florida. What I miss back home is definitely public sub, chicken tender sub.
The one thing actually Dallas has that Phoenix doesn't is a Texas de Brazil location. Not that I'm such a big fan of this restaurant, but I have a gift card there and I can't use it.
What I miss the most at home, I would say the food. Because even sometimes I try to make it on my own, but like I wouldn't even get close. So yeah, I would say the food.
The food, 100%. The food and the culture. If I have to specify, I would say we have a special dish called the peanut butter soup. It's what I miss the most.
In where I come from, there's a lot of street food that you can get easily, you know, and friends as well. Friends back home, they are amazing. They are good people. I miss them a lot, even though I know I get friends here, but back home, it's a different thing.
The beach, the chance to, every time that it's hot, just like it's now here, I can go in the ocean and go for a swim.
Sean and Jamie back here with you at the half. Phoenix and Monterey Bay playing to a stalemate so far through the first 45 minutes of this Western Conference encounter. A big 45 is upcoming. We'll get to that in just a second, but first we're going to look at the upcoming schedules for both teams. We begin with the host tonight, Phoenix Rising, and it doesn't get a whole lot easier. The defending champions on the road are next, and you just saw Loudoun United earlier tonight. They looked pretty darn good.
Best 90 minutes I've seen Loudoun United play. They had a dismantling of the Birmingham Legion 3-0. Then they got to go away to Tampa, always a tricky one. Welcome in Hartford, and you got Orange County as well. So a difficult stretch of matches. That makes today's match even more important for Phoenix to get a result at home.
No question about that. On the other side of things for Monterey Bay, their upcoming schedule, they got to go play Indy 11. We'll be looking for some revenge after they thrashed them in California last season. RGV, Pittsburgh is always tough, home or away as well.
Yeah, and so when you look at this schedule, you start to see Monterey Bay has a favorable schedule of the two teams that we've just seen here, but you start to wonder, this group, can they put some more results together? And if they can really start to climb their way up the Western Conference. Fifth going into today. A win or two along the way could see them leapfrog the likes of San Diego and maybe even potentially San Antonio FC.
We will see. We'll see what's to come in the second half as well. It's a stalemate so far here in Phoenix. And coming up next, we'll look at news and notes, the scoreboard, and much more around the USL Championship. Phoenix and Monterey Bay locked in at 0-0 after the first 45 minutes.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Rising is home. Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Loudoun United at the team's new home. Right here in Central Phoenix off 38th Street in Washington. Saturday, April 29th at 7:30. Tickets to the match start at $25, and the two-time Western Conference champions are just 5 stops on the Valley Metro to Phoenix and Tempe. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for more information.
Sean St. Jacques, Jamie Watson, happy to be back with you here at the break. 0-0 between Phoenix and Monterey Bay. Second half is coming up shortly. Let's take a look around the league. We start with news and notes here at the break. And how can we not begin with the incredible news that Lou City's Josh Winder has been called up for the first team for the U.S. men's national team against Mexico on April 19th. What a moment for him, his family, and for the Louisville City community as well.
It does not get much better than that, getting called up for USA-Mexico rivalry this Wednesday in Phoenix. This is a huge moment for the league. It's a lot of validation for a lot of the hard work that's been done, and it's just a testament to what Louisville has been able to create under Danny Cruz and the likes of John Hackworth over years past. James O'Connor really guiding that ship in that direction. A phenomenal player with a huge ceiling, getting his first of hopefully many call-ups to the U.S. men's national team.
Just 17 years old as well. Jordan Farr's had a really good season so far. They just played each other, Lou City and San Antonio. Lou City beat them by a goal to nil. Lou City play Miami on ESPN2 on May 13th as the USL Championship on ESPN starts off early in May. Let's transition to the scoreboard. We just mentioned it was the game of the day. Lou City against San Antonio. Lou City won by a Wilson Harris goal to nil. By the way, shout out to you, Jamie, for giving me the private jet hookup to get from Louisville to Phoenix tonight. A lot of good game. Oh, I appreciate it, man. A lot of good stuff though around the league. That Memphis-Vegas game, by the way, still in a delay. We've been keeping an eye on that one, but Hartford getting on top. Orange County's had a good night as well.
Yeah, big result there for Orange County right now. If that can hold, that would be something they need to help springboard them in this season. And then Pittsburgh 2-0 winners over RGV. Convincing fashion there.
Really good stuff from around the league tonight in the East and in the West. Upcoming schedule, 6 games to look at here. And I hate to say this, I want to give Memphis some love, the Switchbacks some love, but Loudoun hosting Oakland is what jumped out first to me, Jamie, especially after the way they handled Birmingham tonight.
Would you have been saying that 12 months ago?
Probably not, sir. Probably not.
But both teams really starting to turn things around. Ryan Martin at Loudoun United deserves all the credit in the world. He has been rubbing 2 pennies together to make a nickel, and he has done a wonderful job with that side. And you got Sacramento Republic and Detroit City FC as well, another enticing matchup.
No question about that. Lots of good stuff to look forward to around the USL Championship. We're looking forward to the second half between Phoenix and Monterey Bay. First half highlights, stats, and the second half kick are all coming up next.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
1 teaspoon of potassium iodide.
Checkaroo.
And then science. Oh, I think that's Carvana. Right, let's go.
Go.
Just in the amount.
Just in the amount.
Oh, let's do more. Do more, yeah. I can do more.
All in.
Yes, please. Super easy.
Whoa.
I know. I just bought a car from Carvana.
A lot can happen in a moment.
They're delivering it here.
Like finding your perfect mix of down and monthly payments.
ABS brakes.
Finance your next car with Carvana today.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? At Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health. Carvana will drive you happy. And by NAU Nationwide. Let's roll into the first half highlights between Phoenix and Monterey Bay. Jamie, we pick it up in minute number 5, and it is Phoenix on the attack like they would be for the majority of this first half.
Well, it was of the Route 1 nature, and it almost broke the back line. Danny Trejo, well-timed run, gets in behind, but a good recovery run from Grant Robinson. And then Uzo going 1v1 against Robinson, gets to the back post, and that's a wonderful snap-down header from Gabby Torres. Just hits the post, goes wide, and you just started to feel the pressure mounting again. The key has been to get it wide quickly, get Uzo 1v1. He hits this one flat, so Arteaga has to generate the power with the header. He certainly does, and it goes agonizingly close, but nonetheless wide. Rinse and repeat. Ball out wide to Uzo. Get some service in. Another flat service. This time it gets called off by Erickson Gallardo. Can't guide that one on target. A small half chance before the half for Monterey Bay, but it was mostly Phoenix Rising in that entire first half with the opportunities.
Monterey Bay keep it level. As you said, Jamie, earlier, the only thing is that Phoenix could not find the back of the net. There was a halftime change for Frank Yallop's group. Sam Gleadle has been taken off, and Chase Boone, who had such a great goal-scoring record last season in the USL Championship, is now up front in that triumvirate of attacking talent that Frank Yallop has at his disposal. There he is, Chase Boone, getting some run in here. Big 45 minutes for Monterey Bay, trying to win here and win against Phoenix for the first time in the club's brief history. And Phoenix, who've been trying to rebuild the fortress that they built years ago, trying to get a big 3 points that would see them leap ahead of Monterey Bay in these early days in the Western Conference playoff chase. And there's a Phoenix player down here in the middle of the park. Referee Ekaterina Koroleva is going to wave on some medical attention here.
Yeah, Gabby Torres down on the ground after a late challenge. Innocuous, not much to it, but as it's just in front, it's 50-50, and then the leg is open, and what that does, that reverberates to your knee because the knee's not locked in that moment. You're stretching, you're lunging, but that's where it's painful, is that contact is at the ankle, but when the knee is not locked, you start to feel that come up your leg, and that's a painful one to take.
Gabby Torres has been so unlucky at times with injuries in his career. I'd hate to see this be serious. Right at the start of the second half as well. And he's been a guy, everywhere he's been a part of good teams that compete. He's always been a big part of it. Able to get back to his feet here, and hopefully it was just a tough one and he can continue.
You can genuinely tell generally tell in the first couple of steps. You can see kind of how he just like stomped on it. Wants to try to just get some weight in and see how it reacts and it feels, and see if he can jog it off or if it will continue to cause him problems. We'll keep an eye on him over the next couple of minutes and see how he maneuvers on the sideline, and if he's able to get back in, how he's able to move and what the gait of his run looks like.
Mentioned the Monterey Bay substitution. Phoenix didn't make any changes at the half. Play will continue. We'll wait to see when and if Gabby Torres comes back onto the pitch. Phoenix came the closest in the first half. They had the best chances in the first half as Gabby Torres is back on the field, 16 in red. It's a foul and a free kick. Crutzen is able to get, well, nearly get back to his feet. It's another painful one for him. And now he's back up. Another look at it.
Leski just late with the challenge. Goes through and rakes the outside of the ankle of Crutzen.
Misplaced ball out wide, gives it back to Monterey Bay. Throwing was the right idea. Leski made a pretty good run. Lambert was able to get on the end of it. Gabby Torres is a little bit slow on that.
Yeah, I'm watching him. He doesn't look right.
Good eye, Jamie. Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's trying to move around and he can't even react to it. Yeah, he's done.
He's having a tough time just moving, although he spins himself out there and he's going to go back down.
You hate to see that.
Well, give him credit for trying to continue here. But it does appear that Phoenix is going to make a change. And we're told it's Barbecue Jai who's going to come on here to replace Gabby Torres. And you could just see his teammates' reaction here. They know what he's been through at times in the past with injuries. And yet we just wish that it's nothing too serious and he'll be back soon. But it looks like his night tonight is going to conclude in the 50th minute. It is going to be Jai who's going to come off the bench. Another look at the challenge that led to Gabby Torres' injury, at least the spinning out of it a few moments after it.
Yeah, he wanted nothing to do with the first initial pass that came in. He knew, he jumped out of it, Giuseppe, and then he's on the ball, he's trying to keep possession. He's just, in his mind, literally trying to get it off of his foot as quickly as possible. I mean, he's a good enough player that even though he's hurt, he can still keep possession.
Did well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But yeah, that's your heart goes out to him because he tried to push through it, and you could tell when he got back on, he was in about a 5-yard radius. Tried to move to it, and then he knew in the back of his mind, but the competitor aspect of he doesn't want to admit it. And then as that was coming in, he knew that he wasn't going to be able to put in for a challenge, and ultimately kept possession and then signaled to the referee. That's it for me.
Torres off. Abubakar Jai is on. Good hand here from the Phoenix faithful for Gabby Torres.
And he had been really bright. The 50 minutes he was on, that first half, he was a constant threat. Player of really high quality. Unfortunate for him that his night will come to a conclusion, but the Gambia and Jai will come on. Big opportunity for Babakar Jai. His chance now for the remaining 40 minutes.
So again, Babakar Jai for Gabby Torres for Phoenix. That's their first change of the night. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.selectsportamerica.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Juan Guerrero looks on, Phoenix head coach. This game had a little bit of momentum for Monterey Bay at the end of the half. They had a big chance right before the whistle went for halftime. Christian Boleski blazed over the top of the bar on this end of the pitch. Jai's first touch as a substitute. Threads it through beautifully for Manuel Arteaga. Jai gets it back. Jai chips it towards the back post. It's headed centrally. And then before an overhead kick attempt by Trejo, Herrera sweeps in and snags it. Now Monterey Bay try to counterattack. Alex Dixon loses his footing, but doesn't lose the ball. Maury Donor comes in to help. Monterey Bay just about keep it in play. And it's a push in the back by Krutz, and it's a free kick. Trejo really wound up for that bicycle kick, didn't he?
It was up there and inviting him for the overhead kick. I wonder if he heard the shouts of Herrera screaming goalkeeper at the top of his longer keeper, and then when that happens, change of plans real quick. Call a quick audible to decide not to go blindly into the overhead kick.
Katarina Koroleva is our center official tonight, just making sure everything ran smoothly on that restart. Fuenmayor.
She's been good so far tonight.
Been very good. Great ball here for Jai. Babukar Jai's been active. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a cross, but it leads to a throw-in for Phoenix. Good energy from the substitute. Carlos Harvey. Lambert. For Uzo. Uzo was the outlet man for Phoenix throughout the majority of the first half. Created a bunch of their chances. Crutzen on a recycle. Passed it to his manager. Unlucky for him, Juan Guerra can't make an impact on the pitch.
Well, there was a day when that was a good decision to play it to Juan Guerra. Something good would happen. Days have just gone now.
He's not wearing the same kit as the other boys, unfortunately.
Sure, he probably jumps in from time to time, Juan Guerra, and some small-sided training. God, I mean, he looks fit enough like he could still be playing.
Oh, no question. I'm surprised he didn't try to like, oh, yeah, I'll pass it off. It's still in play.
Or he's learned the retired guy trick and just wear all black. It's slimming, you know?
And Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid for Champions League, a couple of juggles the other night. I was maybe expecting that for Juan Guerra. He played it cool there.
Just your standard Carlo Ancelotti, Juan Guerra comparison in the same sentence. You know, just another Saturday night.
Here's Uzo. Uzo to the byline. He's been dangerous. His cross in the end. Not enough venom behind it to make anything happen inside the penalty area. He thought there was a deflection, Uzo. He's asking the assistant, but Monterey Bay get on with it. We said this earlier. Monterey Bay have 11 goals, but 9 of them have come in 2 of the games that they've played this season. Sometimes it's been feast or famine for the highest scoring team in the league. We just haven't seen that sharpness or that bite in the attack yet from Frank Yallop's group. Although again, they're staying in the game. There's still plenty of time for them to find the sharpness.
Yeah, I think right now the bigger ask of this group has been defensively. As a heavy touch in that moment from Kai Green turns into a good tackle. I think the bigger task for them tonight has been defensively, can you continue to put the work? Right now the pressure is really on Phoenix to go and get the game's first goal, and as this game starts to go on, you start to wonder, do they open themselves up for more of those counterattacks that Monterey Bay can be lethal on?
When it comes to a sports injury, the unknown can be unsettling, but there's one thing that can calm that uncertainty: an answer. Mayo Clinic uncovers answers every day through exploration, teamwork, innovation, and more. Answers that can lead to more answers and define a path forward. So if you're looking for answers related to a sports injury, you know where to go. Learn more at sportsmedicine.mayoclinic.org. We'll be fair. The reset started through Hugh Roberts at the back for Monterey Bay. Oh, the pass was nearly picked off by Harvey. Roberts had his head on a swivel. Babukar Jai resets for Phoenix Rising. Played forward for Jai to chase. Maury Donor shields. Jai kept it in. and then commits the foul. Fans, be sure to visit your local Arizona Federal Credit Union branch to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team and spread the word. And I've got to say, it's the coolest looking debit card I've seen out there. Visit ArizonaFinancial.org for that snazzy card.
Is it the coolest one because it has so much on it? Is that why you like it?
Oh, it's packed. It is packed. You're going to be turning heads with that card. No question about that. So when you see someone pull out the black card, you know, they got to take control, get the menu. They're paying for the bill.
You're absolutely paying when you pull that one out.
Yeah, you're pulling the Phoenix Rising card out. You're in charge. We approach the hour mark here. Monterey Bay on the attack on this near side with Donor.
You can hear Frank Gallo telling him a minute ago, he said, Novella, look forward. And the ball came to him, he said, turn. It's like he's playing FIFA with a center midfielder.
Ooh, Lambert, you can see on the look on his face, nearly had a chance there to turn that into a counter-attacking opportunity, just overran it. Dixon for Donor on this near side. Dixon gets it back. It's Alex Dixon into the penalty area and nearly sneaks it through at the near post. But Rios Novo gets down to close it and save it out for a corner.
Jai took the chance and he nearly paid the price. Good little flick from Dixon back to Donor. And this will catch Rios Novo by surprise going for the near post, but he's in perfect positioning. Reacts well, gets down low. Cat-like reflexes from Rios Novo to be able to push that wide. Tremendous goalkeeping. You get lulled into a sleep when you haven't had to make a quick reactionary save like that in a while. And then he's spot on when he needs to be.
It leads to a Monterey Bay set piece. Fair flares it in. Roberts gets upended and it nearly went in. Oh, referee points to the spot. It's a penalty for the upending. Fuenmayor, I think, is going to be the guilty party here. Roberts was upended on the back post, and it's going to be a spot kick for the visitors.
Fuenmayor did not have any eyes on the ball. He was looking at Roberts the entire time. That was hanging up in the air. Fair puts this to the back post, and there's a combination of Fair and could also be Kai Green as well in there. So as this hangs up, keep an eye on number 30, Fuenmayor. His back is to the play, and he two-hand shoves Roberts. Oh, that's a nasty fall. Absolutely a penalty. Fuenmayor can have all the complaints he wants. He's never looking at the ball. Roberts is. He's timing his leap, and Fuenmayor just shoves him. It's inexplicable. You cannot make that mistake. Alejandro Fuenmayor, a player of his quality with MLS experience with Houston Dynamo. The 26-year-old Venezuelan knows better than that in that moment, and he's put his team in a tough position.
Hugh Roberts is a little bit slow to continue. Seki as well was down for quite a bit there after the collision that upended Roberts into him, it looks like. And there's nothing Phoenix can do now. This is going to be given as a spot kick opportunity. And it appears that it's going to be Alex Dixon who will take the responsibilities here for Monterey Bay. Phoenix had their opportunities to score. They've made a mistake here. And now Rios Novo, who bailed them out earlier to save the shot from Dixon, now has to save the shot from the penalty spot to keep this on level terms.
Dixon, in his last 5 penalties, has missed 3, and he's made 2. Both of them have gone low left, the 2 that he's made. The keeper's right, lower left for him.
5 goals this season, which leads the league for Alex Dixon. Can he give Monterey Bay the advantage here in Phoenix? Alex Dixon scores right down the middle to silence the Phoenix crowd and to give Monterey Bay the lead just past the hour mark. The Union get their chance, and they weren't going to waste it. 6 goals for Alex Dixon. Monterey Bay lead by a goal to 0.
As calm as you like from Alex Dixon. Steps up and delivers it right down the middle. Dispatches a perfect penalty. Takes the chance that Rios Novos is going to dive either side. And Dixon, with all the confidence in the world, as any league leader in goals would do, from 12 yards out, makes no mistake.
Six goals for Alex Dixon. He continues to lead the charts in that category in the USL Championship. And nerves of steel on that penalty. Went right down Broadway to score the goal. Dare I say, right down 38th Street in Washington to score that goal for Monterey Bay. And now Phoenix have it all to do after they had the better of the game to this point. Now they have to climb back in.
And that's where the inability to finish has been to the detriment of Phoenix Rising tonight, because with all the wonderful soccer they've played tonight, they've just failed in the final third to be able to capitalize and execute inside the box to finish it. And Monterey Bay, they've defended brilliantly and resiliently, just waiting for one moment, and it was a lapse in judgment from Fuenmayor on that corner kick that led us to this position. And Dixon, against the entirety of the hour before it, puts his team in front.
You said it earlier, Jamie, right? Big players in games like this, they need to take their chances. Hugh Roberts earns that penalty by forcing the issue in the box off the corner, and you go to your stars from the spot, and Alex Dixon shines brightly there for Monterey Bay.
That'll do wonders for his confidence as well, to sort of right the wrongs of the last of the 3 that he's missed. 2 of them have been right down the middle as well, so a lot of confidence to go back down the middle when it hasn't worked twice before.
It pays off this time for Frank Yallop's group, and now Phoenix have 25 minutes to try and reply. Uzo is dragged back. Referee gives a free kick, gives a yellow card. Very, very clear. There was Grant Robinson who tugged him back, and he will have his name taken by our center official.
It's a smart yellow card. I mean, Uzo gets the wrong side of him, beats him for skill, so Robinson can either let him go or he can pull him back and take a yellow. Uzo, to his credit, tries to continue to play through. Knew he was still in a good position even with Robinson trying to pull him back.
So now Monterey Bay have to defend a set piece opportunity from Phoenix in a pretty advantageous position for Rising here. Plenty to aim at.
Especially with Crutzen on the left foot, being able to whip this in. They're setting their line at the penalty spot, so Crutzen needs to try to put some extra pace on this, get every one of those players, both attacking and defensively, running back towards their own goal. That makes it even more difficult for Herrera.
In by Crutzen. Oh, it nearly went all the way in. Herrera touched it over and out for a corner that could have gone anywhere.
And it almost fell to Lambert at the back post. Good pace on the delivery. And Herrera misjudged it, recalibrates. This is a great look at it. And then he does a really good job of just changing the angle. It's ever so slight.
And then off the corner, it's headed in. Kevin Lambert equalizes. It's a captain's goal for Phoenix. It's a brilliant header. And Rising on level terms. It's a swift and vicious reply. 1-1. Great header from Lambert. It's a Gateway Community College goal, and it is a haze of red in the supporters section. Monterey Bay are pegged back as quickly as they went ahead.
It's exactly the response the home side needed. Wonderful delivery in. Lambert out jumps Roberts. And it's a battle that Lambert wins emphatically. Heads it down, so it makes it even more difficult for Herrera to react. Gets the friendly skip off the ground. And Phoenix immediately fires back through their captain, Kevin Lambert.
First goal of the campaign for Kevin Lambert. And Phoenix respond very quickly. Monterey Bay did make a change there before the restart. Jason Johnson is going to come on for the visitors. Adrian Rebelar exits. So a little bit more firepower in there for Monterey Bay, although this pass is picked off here by Gallardo. It's a lovely threaded ball through for Danny Trejo. He crosses it into the middle, and it's still clear just about before Arteaga could get a piece of it. I think it may have gone out of play for a goal kick. It has to end the sequence. Kai Green did just about enough to keep Arteaga away from taking a chance.
Good positioning from Kai Green as that comes across, and this is inches away, and it does look like it has crossed over, so goal kick, the right decision that moment. It just starts to show just how quickly this game can change. A couple minutes ago, 63rd minute, Dixon slots on a penalty, and then just 4 minutes later, Lambert equalizes, and seconds after that, they go again looking for the lead. This game is setting up for a grandstand final 20 minutes.
Now it's Monterey Bay's turn. Valesky brought down. It's a free kick. Harvey with the challenge.
Good positioning from Valesky. Gets the wrong side of Harvey, who lunges in, and the Panamanian international commits the foul. And so this line is about 2 to 3 yards higher than what we saw at the opposite of the field. And with Moby Fair standing on this, the right foot outswinger, there is so much space. Just has to get it beyond Jai, who's starting to come over, close that gap, closing that window. You can see Valesky literally just walked over and said, put it right here. If Valesky goes and scores this and calls a shot, it's a goal of the week nominee here.
It's played in. He's quickly and swiftly headed out. Chance to recycle it. It's whipped right back in, and it was a really good ball. Very dangerous. But the runs back in from Roberts and company, just not able to keep up with a really well-placed ball back in. I believe that was by Grant Robinson. And you just said it, Jamie. What a big finish we could have upcoming here. The goals were just about 4 minutes apart. And we could have a big finish coming in Phoenix. Now then, Gallardo has space. Erickson Gallardo winds up and slashes it over the top. It's been a great game so far. I want to remind you, don't miss a minute of the action in 2023. If this game's any indication, whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN Plus, the home of USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com.
You can just hear Juan Guerra, vamos, 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 let's go, let's go, go. He's trying to give his side as much of a lift as he can from the touchline.
Whistle goes here. It does appear that this is going to be brought back for a free kick. Chase Boone slow to get up here. Guess he got the wrong end of that. It was just away from where we were looking. And that's the collision that leads to it. Harvey getting in behind on Chase Boone. Might have been a little bit of head-to-head there. It is a set-piece opportunity for the visitors here.
Moby Fair just tried to roll about 5 yards further up from where it should have been.
Ekaterina Koroleva having none of it. She's been on top of it all night. Moby Fair again from a set piece. Roberts is near it. It's floated centrally. Lambert clears it off the 6-yard line. Chance for Yoseki to recycle it. Harvey forces him further back. Alex Dixon's penalty canceled out by a Lambert-headed equalizer. Has us at a stalemate at 1 each. Paco Craig leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder and the reigning Eastern Conference champion winners, Louisville City FC. Don't miss the start of the new season of the ESPN, I should say USL on ESPN, Saturday, May 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Sean St. Jacques, Jamie Watson here with you. It's been a great encounter here in the Western Conference. We're expecting a lot of these this year. It was so great to watch this conference unfold in 2022. We expect more of the same this season. It's been that way in the early going. Here's Jason Johnson, the substitute from Monterey Bay. It's threaded back through for Johnson. And he's going to be penalized. He follows through here on the challenge with Fuenmayor, and it's a free kick.
Substitutions. Entering the match is number 23, Edwin Monjoma. Leading the match is number 15, Henry Ozachoku. Entering the match is number 28, Jackson Conway.
Does look like Phoenix is going to make a double change here. Henry Uzo is coming off. Manuel Arteaga is also going to come off. Eddie Monjoma and Jackson Conway are going to replace them. It's a double switch for Juan Guerra with 15 minutes to go. Jackson Conway, formerly of Atlanta United 2, enters. Manuel Arteaga, former Indy 11 man, is gone here in his place. So again, double switch, Monjoma and Conway on, Arteaga and Uzo off. As Phoenix are trying to go for all 3 points here in the latter stages.
I like the substitution from Gara because I think that's him signaling his intent. He wants to go for it, and Arteaga put a workmanlike performance in through 75 minutes, but you bring on Conway, who's always got a goal in him, and the ability at a moment's notice to be able to break through and find a goal. And then you look at Monjoma as well, being able to come in. Uzo, as the game wore on, he was playing at such a breakneck pace that it was just going to be impossible to continue on. So now you make the change, you bring on Monjoma, try to go and replicate that in the final 15 minutes and just create one moment.
Here comes Monterey Bay. This is Maury Donor. Johnson trying to get it back to Donor on the byline. Great cross into the middle. It's headed centrally. Chance for Boone in the middle. And he's forced back. That was a really good opportunity. Monterey Bay still have it in possession, and the second cross into the middle leaves a lot to be desired for the visitors after a great initial entry.
Donor did well to clip that to the back post, and Valesky is so smart. He knows that he can't guide that on target, so he's heading that back across to try to put it into the path of Boone. And this is just really good soccer IQ from Valesky to understand that in that moment. He doesn't even necessarily put too much pace on it. He just lets it hit the side of his head so it goes back into the path where he wants it to. It's good defending in the end to not let Boone get enough pace or position to be able to turn.
Conway was harried. It's Monterey Bay ball. 13 minutes of the 90 still to play. And the point still very much up for grabs. Trejo out wide. Chance for Phoenix to make something happen here. Monjoma the substitute. Danny Trejo looking for a free kick. It has not been given. Phoenix will settle for a throw. Trejo trying to find Conway. Jason Johnson clears for Monterey Bay. Phoenix Rising FC hosts Loudoun United in its next home game at 38th Street, Washington on Saturday, April 29th, 7:30 p.m. Join us to help celebrate everyday bravery on Superhero Night, recognizing frontline workers. For more information, visit fhxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606. phxrisingfc.com or call the number. Another physical challenge there. Leads to a free kick. Funmoyer getting involved again. He gave away the penalty.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Loudoun United at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
Sean and Jamie, our entire crew back here with you. Dixon is fouled with 11 minutes left on the clock. Monterey Bay trying to make some history here at Phoenix Rising Stadium. They've never beaten Phoenix in their prior 2 attempts. They had the lead through Alex Dixon's penalty conversion. It was canceled out by a captain's header from Kevin Lambert. And it's on a knife edge here in Phoenix in these last 10 minutes and change. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. Abu Karjai, really good since coming on. Gallardo chipping it in, and the header is redirected over the top by Jackson Conway, the substitute.
Good look at the delivery from Gallardo. A lot of pace on it, so Conway's just trying to redirect it. Trying to whip the header, redirect it to the back post. Just a glimpse, Conway can get lost in the box.
That's what he's brought on to do, get involved in those moments down the stretch. Chance there for Donor, he stood up. Now Dixon. Robinson. And Dixon is going to play it back for Kai Green. Pressured by Harvey. Phoenix nearly win it back high up the field. They win it back in the end. Now Trejo trying to thread it through. Conway with a nice little back heel. Invites Zambrano into the play. Zambrano's ball in. It's headed down. Handball appeals as it was knocked away from Conway. Abu Karjai will shoot, it's deflected, and it's out for a corner. More Phoenix pressure. And there's gonna be a yellow card that's dished out here. I think there was a protest from Danny Trejo on a handball appeal. It's boiling over a little bit here in the dying embers. Phoenix were convinced there was a penalty.
Yeah,
it hasn't been given.
It was Trejo's protesting of the decision. This is what he was said. Watch as Roberts goes to the ground. He heads it off of his hand, so it definitely does hit his right hand, but it was a header that redirected it right into the path. So he's going to head it right into his right arm. Watch this. I think that would have been incredibly harsh. I don't think his arm was in an unnatural position, and the fact he heads it from that distance to hit his arm in a natural position, it would have been incredibly harsh to give that. I get why the shout's for handball, but right decision to not give it, in my opinion.
Carvana corner kick is whipped in, and then still a chance to maybe recycle this. Crutzen curls it wide in the end and out of harm's way. Phoenix Rising FC's 2023 white Firebird kits are on sale now. Go to shoprisingfc.com to get yours.
A caution has been issued by the referee of Phoenix Rising FC number 17,
And again, Trejo was booked for dissent, arguing over that penalty. I think you're right, Jamie. I think that would have been extremely harsh to give. Hugh Roberts was clearly trying to head it, not trying to handle it.
The easiest way to solve that decision is ask Trejo if it was at the other end, and if Fuenmayor does that, would he think it would be a penalty? Chances are I'd say, well, no, because it hits his head and his hand, and it's right there by his side. But in the moment, it's hard to see it because you just see it hit his hand, and you don't have the luxury that we do with this extra cameras, and extremely good work from our crew tonight.
No doubt.
To get that look right there, and as soon as you see that one from behind, I think it makes it pretty obvious that that was the right decision. So fair credit to referee Ekaterina Koroleva for getting that spot on.
Another Phoenix flurry upcoming. Jai. It's been so dynamic at times since coming on. Loses out there. Conway tries to retrieve it. Referee says it was all ball. We continue on. Dennis played out wide. Phoenix looking for some service here. As we enter the 85th minute. Can one of these two break the deadlock? Crutzen. Trejo, a little give and go with Harvey. Still Danny Trejo, and he wins a corner. It's deflected out. Another Carvana corner upcoming as Maury Donor closed him down.
Same side that Lambert scored earlier. Same delivery from Gallardo.
This time it's cleared away before it could get past the near post. Valesky on the defensive side there. Gallardo, who's the right idea, nearly a very delicate touch there to keep it in. It goes back to Monterey Bay with 5 minutes of the 90-plus stoppage time still to go here in Phoenix. We be in store for some late drama here. Roberts tried to clear it. Harvey tries to hold it up and does very well. Gallardo slashes through two and is tripped up. It's a Phoenix free kick. Phoenix building towards another opportunity here. Great work from Gallardo. Valesky is the one who dragged him down. Crutzen will take aim again. He's provided great service tonight. Crutzen takes aim. Oh, it's a great ball in, and the chance goes by and out. Fuenmayor with a chance to make amends after conceding the penalty. Couldn't get the touch.
Great job of changing the service. Hits this flatter, a little bit lower, more on a line drive. Herrera can't do much except watch and wait to see if Fuenmayor is going to be able to redirect it. Oh, it's a lovely ball in, just a teasing one. Fuenmayor at full extension, just unable to get anything on it. If he guides that on target, that's going to be very difficult for Herrera to react and make a save on.
Erickson Gallardo picks his head up, crosses it towards the back post. Trejo's header is central, but right to Carlos Herrera. More good opportunities for Phoenix. And Fuenmayor, I think his eyes lit up, just couldn't quite get a boot on it to redirect that first cross in from Crutzen, who just continues to put balls on a plate. And there's still time for one of these two teams to find a winning moment. Leski's penalized. It's a free kick for Phoenix. Fuenmayor, what a wild night he's had. He's given away a penalty. He's had a chance to give his team the lead. He's fought many big battles tonight. Now he tries to play a ball in behind. After a touch from Donor, Herrera cleans it up. Harvey sprays one out wide. Wanjoma. Lovely control. Help is on the way through Harvey. Harvey is harried. Harvey goes on, couldn't find Conway, who was central. And Phoenix will reset. And now, away from the play, Alex Dixon is struggling. For Monterey Bay, he needs to get some stretch here. We'll score for the visitors tonight from the spot. Had Monterey Bay in pole position for 4 minutes before Lambert equalized. Phoenix build again. Crutzen. Fuenmayor. Just touched by Donor. Jai was lurking. There's a Phoenix throw on this near side as we're about to finish out the 90 minutes. I was told earlier it's going to be a big chunk of stoppage time. See if that ends up being the case. Jai, this near side. Trejo, Jai again. Jai into the middle. He's cleared, and then an overhead kick to make sure. The final third. There is going to be 6 minutes, by the way, of added time. Just saw that pop up on the screen. So still plenty of time for some late magic to appear. Chance here for Monterey Bay on the other end. It's Chase Boone trying to cross it for Valesky. Great save, it's still kept out. Fuenmayor saves it after Rios Novo palms it away. Golden chance for Monterey Bay, and then a free kick ends the sequence.
Are you kidding me? What a remarkable save. Boone hangs this up. Valesky heads it down. Rios Novos with his fingertips just swats it away. An absolutely insane save. He has no business making that save. His entire momentum going one way, able to reach back and just get the absolute tips of his fingers to redirect that wide.
Jaw-dropping save from Rios Novo. And while we ooh and ah at that, one sub each for both teams. Walmer Martinez is on for Alex Dixon, who was dealing with cramps earlier. Jose Andres Hernandez is on. Alejandro Fuenmayor, who just helped to keep Monterey Bay out, is taken off for Phoenix. What a chance for Frank Yallop's group to win the game. But it was a no-go. Rios Novo saves them. Now Boone again. Tried to win the free kick. Assistant referee had no issues with the challenge. Now Harvey for Phoenix. 2 of the 6 have been played. Gallardo keeps it in play, but can't keep possession. Still anything can happen down the stretch here. Kai Green didn't know Trejo was behind him. He made a good touch, needed to. Though he didn't realize it, I don't think. His back was turned. Now then, Harvey connecting with Hernandez in the middle. There's a darting run through multiple challenges there from Zambrano. It's still with Phoenix here. Jai and Trejo here on this near side. Jai runs forward. He's got great pace.
What a tackle.
Really good challenge to recover it by Maury Donor. And he clears it back upfield for Lambert to chase and then get back to Rios Novo. Back and forth we go, 3 minutes still to play. Both teams trying to snatch some late glory. Ball is blasted back out. Phoenix can build again. Zambrano sends it to this near side for Trejo. It's a lovely touch. Danny Trejo to the byline. Tried to win a corner, I think. It was well defended. And then it's sent back upfield. It did take a deflection. Juan Guerra doesn't like it. Monterey Bay will keep it. And Carolina Coroleva has a yellow card in hand here. She's going over to the Monterey Bay bench here. I couldn't tell if that was for Frank Yallop or for one of the assistants. We're just being told now it's for one of the assistant coaches for Monterey Bay. For dissent, we are guessing. Well, I wouldn't doubt Ekaterina Koroleva tonight. She's been on it from minute one. And Monterey Bay have the ball in their possession, but the wrong end of the pitch as far as winning the game is concerned. And then Boone heads it right back out of play. Still a minute and a half left. Crutzen for Lambert, whose equalizer has it on level terms. Lambert flares it to the far side. It's the right idea. First touch into the middle. It was the right idea, and Herrera is able to get there. Manjoma was clever. But the ball just could not find a red shirt in the penalty area, and we have a minimum of 1 minute left. Sent forward by Herrera. It's flicked on. Jai. Back for Lambert. Phoenix trying to build one more opportunity that could be definitive. Crutzen from Lambert. Trejo. Dazzling skill. Danny Trejo finds Jai. Great ball in as well. Roberts was able to get a crucial touch. It's a Carvana corner. Phoenix wastes no time in taking it. Crutzen, it could be the last roll of the dice, and the cross is sputtered wide of the goal, and that may very well be that.
Oh, it's disappointing from Crutzen, who's had a really good game, provided good service time and time again. Caught between two minds as he played Jai down the line. Does he serve it in? And instead rolls it harmlessly wide.
Herrera will send it forward for Monterey Bay. We've had the 6 added minutes. Referee, I think, just took a brief look at her watch. We play on for now. Conway gives chase. Kai Green takes no chances. It's out for a throw. If Phoenix are going to do it, they're going to have to do it now. Gallardo. Zambrano back to him. Chance here for Hernandez. Oh, it's Harvey! And Harvey misses it wide of the goal. Manjoma was there as well. Two of them had a chance at it. And the winning goal opportunity goes begging past the post.
Oh, it's a breakdown in communication. Manjoma has to let this go. Harvey's in a shooting position. It's Manjoma who takes the slightest touch with his left foot. It throws off the strike from Harvey. And that moment of miscommunication could have just cost Phoenix Rising 2 points.
Monterey Bay send it forward, and it's the last act of the match. Wild, wild finish here in Phoenix, but it ends honors even in another wild and crazy Western Conference affair.
A fantastic matchup. Frank Yallop's side comes in, executed game plan. They grabbed the lead. They did a great job of going and get that against the run of play. Phoenix, though, resilient in their performance tonight. Get a deserved equalizer and it's a really good performance from both teams and a fair result in the end.
That's why we love the USL Championship. Plenty of drama at the end. Alex Dixon's penalty canceled out by Kevin Lambert's headed equalizing goal, and it finishes at 1 goal apiece in Phoenix. We will take a break, and we will wrap up all the drama next.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
Hey, Rising fans, spring is in the air and Circle K has what you thirst for. Stay cool with our famous Polar Pop Cups that stay cold longer. Fill your cup with your favorite flavor or mix it up to create your own. Or try our freshly ground iced coffee starting at just $1.89. While you're here, mix and match any 2 roller grill items, just 2 for $4. Check out these hot deals and cool down at Circle K, America's thirst stop and proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Sean St. Jacques, Jamie Watson back here with you. We hope you've caught your breath after that exhilarating finish here in Phoenix. Rising come inches away from winning it, but in the end it finishes honors even as we take a look at the full-time highlights between Phoenix Rising and Monterey Bay FC. We start early in the 5th minute with Phoenix on the attack.
Phoenix Rising did a really good job of isolating Uzo 1v1. This time it was Trejo that got his opportunity to try to stretch the back line. And then over the next couple minutes, you saw time and time again, this was the preferred method of attack. This one hangs in the air. Arteaga heads it down. I beg your pardon. That was Torres with the header off the post. And then this is Arteaga stretching the play out wide. Uzo again, 1v1. This time the flat service finds its way back across, and it was Torres with the header. It goes wide. And then in the 40th minute, Uzo once again just deciding to survey the scene, wait for players to get into the box. Gallardo with the late run, trying to send this back post, just can't get it on target.
At the hour mark, we started to see a shift in things, and this is where Monterey Bay started to pick it up.
Jai comes off the bench, overcommits on that one. Dixon tries to go to the near post after a lovely combination with Donor, and then the ensuing corner. The ball hangs up. Keep an eye on Fuenmayor. His responsibility was Roberts. He's holding the whole time. He's never looking. A big collision, and to the spot we go. Deserved call. Hanging on to him. Fuenmayor as guilty as can be, and Dixon as confident as can be. Steps up, delivers a penalty, and against the run of play, gives Monterey Bay the lead 1-0.
68th minute. Phoenix get their leveler. It's a thumping header from Kevin Lambert.
4 minutes to be exact. Kevin Lambert times this well, gets up, beats Roberts to the 6-yard spot, heads it down, and brings some life back into the stadium here. Phoenix Rising get the equalizer, and then from there we go. This is going to hang up for Valesky and Rocco Rios Novos with almost guaranteed your save of the week. How he gets to this, I may never know, because it defies physics. He's going one way, looks as though his momentum is carried a pass, and he reaches back, and he's just able to swat at it enough. Combination of Fuenmayor to then keep it out and to preserve the 1-1 result.
Big claw there from Rios Novo, saves the point. And then again, Carlos Harvey had a chance to win it in the dying embers, and this is the full-time match stats from a thrilling contest. Somehow just one shot on target for Phoenix Rising. It felt like a lot more than that. They did have 11 shots in total, Jamie, and as it happens sometimes, you fight, and you have to settle in the end for a point, and that's what these two have to do.
Yeah, it was a really good, entertaining match. I think Phoenix will be well pleased with how they dictated the pace of the proceedings tonight, but Monterey had a game plan. They will head back to California with the point in hand and a good, confident performance to boot.
More drama as we've come to expect here in the Western Conference of the USL Championship. Monterey Bay took the lead past the hour mark. Phoenix came back to level it and nearly won it, but it finishes honors even. For Jamie Watson and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. So long from Phoenix. More wild and wacky nights in the USL Championship.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Dia. Mushagalusa. More probing from Lou City. Good ball in for Harris! Oh, my word! It's a stunning header! Wilson Harris lights up Louisville with a beautiful, beautiful headed goal. And the challengers lead the champions. Stunning stuff from the host.
Man, oh man, what a beautiful goal, a beautiful feed from the left side, Mushagalusa, and what a finish. My goodness, a lot of quality from Harris that time. Look at the way he turns, the ball's coming in. Man, what a goal, and if you score a goal against Jordan Farr, best player in the league in the last month, it better be a good one. What a goal from Harris. He did score against Detroit, doing it in back-to-back games now. Wow, just a beautiful header. A clinic out there from Harris.
Just what Lou City would have wanted. It takes some quality to bind. Dia. Mushagalusa. More probing from Lou City. Good ball in for Harris! Oh, my word! It's a stunning header! Wilson Harris lights up Louisville with a beautiful, beautiful headed goal. And the challengers lead the champions. Stunning stuff from the host.
Man, oh man, what a beautiful goal, a beautiful feed from the left side, Mushagalusa, and what a finish. My goodness, a lot of quality from Harris that time. Look at the way he turns, the ball's coming in. Man, what a goal, and if you score a goal against Jordan Farr, best player in the league in the last month, it better be a good one. What a goal from Harris. He did score against Detroit, doing it in back-to-back games now. Wow, just a beautiful header. A clinic out there from Harris.
Just what Lou City would have wanted. It takes some quality to Busa. More probing from Lou City. Good ball in for Harris! Dia. Mushagalusa. More probing from Lou City. Good ball in for Harris! Oh, my word! Here's some possession for the visitors here. San Antonio trying to work their way down this far side. Nice challenge from Josh Winder, who's got a big weekend change coming up for him in his career. And then a bit of a challenge back in there was a bit rash. Our referee is Malik Badawi tonight. Challenge came in from Christian Parano.
And Parano knows he's late. And, you know, it's an obvious reaction from players. Oh, and an early yellow here.
Referee wasting no time, taking Parano's name, and it's a booking inside of 3 minutes for San Antonio to a pretty important player.
And not a lot of defensive responsibilities to Parano, but, you know, he needs to...
This far side, nice challenge from Josh Winder, who's got a big weekend. Here's some possession for the visitors here. San Antonio trying to work their way down this far side. Nice challenge from Josh Winder, who's got a big weekend change coming up for him in his career. And then a bit of a challenge back in there was a bit rash. Our referee is Malik Badawi tonight. Challenge came in from Christian Parano.
And Parano knows he's late. And, you know, it's an obvious reaction from players. Oh, and an early yellow here.
Referee wasting no time, taking Parano's name, and it's a booking inside of 3 minutes for San Antonio to a pretty important player.
And not a lot of defensive responsibilities to Parano, but, you know, he needs to...
Here's some possession for the visitors here. San Antonio trying to work their way down this far side. Nice challenge from Josh Winder, who's got a big weekend change coming up for him in his career. And then a bit of a challenge back in there was a bit rash. Our referee is Malik Badawi tonight. Challenge came in from Christian Parano.
And Parano knows he's late. And, you know, it's an obvious reaction from players. Oh, and an early yellow here.
Referee wasting no time, taking Parano's name, and it's a booking inside of 3 minutes for San Antonio to a pretty important player.
And not a lot of defensive responsibilities to Parano, but, you know, he needs to...
We saw that chance earlier that Bailey ended up nearly scoring.
Yeah.
Great save from Zemla That looked like a team more that was ready to go for the jugular, as Ownby is brought down by Bailey and is going to see yellow here. That was a very rash challenge, and I think he knew exactly what his fate was going to become as soon as he made contact.
Well, you know, it's so hard for Bailey to stop at that time, especially when you're a defender. You need to stop the ball, but if you can stop the ball, you stop the player. That's the saying, and unfortunately that time, it's a little bit unnecessary because it's the middle of the field, not a counter-attack situation, and it is a second yellow card in 20 minutes for San Antonio.
We saw that chance earlier that Bailey ended up nearly scoring.
Yeah.
Great save from Zemla. That looked like a team more that was ready to go for the jugular, as Ownby is brought down by Bailey and is going to see yellow here. That was a very rash challenge, and I think he knew exactly what his fate was going to become as soon as he made contact.
Well, you know, it's so hard for Bailey to stop at that time, especially when you're a defender. You need to stop the ball, but if you can stop the ball, you stop the player. That's the saying, and unfortunately that time, it's a little bit unnecessary because it's the middle of the field, not a counter-attack situation, and it is a second yellow card in 20 minutes for San Antonio.
We saw that chance earlier that Bailey ended up nearly scoring.
Yeah.
Great save from Zemla. That looked like a team more that